happiness. Chillaxed. Alright, y'all. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Ro, of what I like to call My Life is Falling Apart, but here's what I've learned. I decided to go off of my first video, which was the definition of happiness, and make it a series, a 3-part series. And today being the second part, today's topic is putting yourself first. We're going to call this series the Self Series. It's going to be a focus on you, or a focus on me in this case, and the way that I think we should be treating ourselves. You know? Yeah. Today's video is brought to you by, this is sorrel. Sorrel is, I think it's a Jamaican hibiscus plant. I could just be Caribbean, correct me if I'm wrong. But sorrel is a drink, clearly. This one has rum and wine in it. And you can also boil hibiscus down as tea. Can't really describe the flavor for you guys, but if you've never had sorrel, you should definitely have some. Cheers! I'll put a little extra rum in that. And it hit, okay? It kicked. Before we even get started, do me a favor real quick. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe, turn on the notifications so that you'll know when the next part of this series comes out and any new videos come out. I do appreciate your love and support, and thank you for tuning in. At this point, it's just you choose yourself or you lose yourself, pretty much. Got that on Twitter from Kalani, actually, but it's a very true statement, and it goes for pretty much all situations in life. Some benefits of putting yourself first would include an increase in productivity, an increase in happiness, more energy, let's see, we've got better relationships, less fear and sadness, less stress, less resentment, and more respect from others, right? So the way I see it is putting yourself first doesn't always have to seem or be selfish. It can just be you choosing not to go out to a party because you know you have work in the morning, even though your friends are begging you to come out because you haven't been out with them in weeks or whatever, days, months. But you know you have to work in the morning, and you already know that if you go out with this group of friends, you're not going to make it back home until, I don't know, 3 a.m., 5 a.m., and that's cutting it too close for you. Choosing yourself, putting yourself first in that situation specifically, is choosing not to go out with those friends and just saying, hey, I'll catch you guys next time when I don't have work in the morning. It can be as simple as that. When you think about an action where it's you or someone else, as long as you're not harming someone and it's better for you might as well just do it. And when I say harming someone, I mean, like, let's say I want to watch a movie, right? I want to sit down and I want to enjoy my time and watch a movie, but my mom calls me up and she's like, I need you to take me to the hospital because such and such is happening and I need to go to the hospital right now, and if I don't make it to the hospital, something bad's gonna happen, God forbid. But in that situation, if you decided, well, I'm going to put myself first and I'm going to watch this damn movie, that is being selfish, because you are then hindering somebody else from getting the care that they need. Yes, you might be in a really bad mental state, or you might be in a bad place with that person, whatever it is, but if their life is on the line and you choose yourself in that situation, that is considered selfish. But other than that, really, like, if you are not about to cause someone harm directly or indirectly, if you are not, you know, neglecting your child or neglecting the things that you really, really need to get done, and it's going to make you happy, it's going to make you calm, peaceful, feel better, whatever it is, by all means, just go ahead and do it. By all means, make that decision. Choose yourself in all situations that you can. Like, when you have the opportunity to give yourself even something as little as relaxation, it's always the best idea to just take that. But in the past couple years, I have had some trouble with putting myself first, whether it be in relationships, friendships, in family situations, or just in general. So I'm about to give you guys a quick how-to on getting started on putting yourself first in the small ways, just to start somewhere, because it can be a struggle if it's not something you're used to doing. I definitely know that. So number one on this list is learn to say no. Okay? It's so important to know when to say no, how to say no, and like, let me go into detail about that really quickly. If you don't get comfortable with saying no, you'll never have time to work on your goals. Because I don't think I have to go in depth about that. I'm pretty sure that you guys will understand exactly what that means. If you don't get comfortable saying no, you will never have time for your goals, because you'll always be helping somebody else out, whatever the situation is. Whether it's your friend wanted to go out that night and have a very good time, but you wanted to go catch up on some sleep or just get a full night's rest, you choosing them to go out with them, you're making their goal better while neglecting your own. You never want to neglect your own goals. Even when it's a situation where you can't, not to say you can't put yourself first, but you can't focus on yourself in that moment. As long as you're not completely neglecting your goal, like, I'm not going to come back to that for today, then do what you got to do. But when you have the choice to put yourself first, when you have that decision to make for yourself, it's always best to choose yourself or lose yourself. Number two on the how-to list is prioritize. Plan your day around your goals and not your goals around your day. Let's say you have one day off for the week, right? And if you decide that you're going to cram everything that you have to do for that week into that one day off, that is you planning your goals around your day and not your day around your goals. I hope that made more sense to you than it did to me, because as it came out of my mouth, I was kind of unsure. But y'all let me know. And when it comes to your goals don't always have to be, long term, of course. This is more so, I think, regarding short-term goals. Like the things, like I said, you need to get done by the end of the week or the end of the month or even the end of the day if you really have one. That's what you're going to do for that day. But it's very different to say, I'm going to get it all done today because this is my day off. You're going to want to relax. It's your day off. You're going to want to do something else. I promise you. And when you look at that list at the end of the day and see that you only have 2 or 3 things out of the, 5, 6, 10 checked off, it's going to drive you crazy. Do what you can with the time that you have, and don't try to force more than you know or think you are capable of doing. Period. Sorry, my dog's barking. Number 3 on the how-to list is to stay consistent. Consistency is key to getting anything done in life, pretty much. But the way I wrote it here is, consistency is how you build habits and how you condition people around you to stop wasting your time. That is so important when it comes to putting yourself first, is to have people stop wasting your time. People don't realize, or people won't notice that they're wasting your time, because they'll feel like they just want to hang out with you. They just want to see you. They just want your help doing this, or maybe they need your help doing this. Whatever it is, it might not seem like a waste of time to them, but to you, you could have been doing something way more productive for yourself. You could have been relaxing for the first time in 7 days, or you could have been doing such and such to work towards your goal for the end of the week, whereas this was almost nothing to you, depending on what it was, of course. Damn it. Moving on, number 4 on the how-to list is to remember your why. That's very straightforward. Remember the reason behind your goals, and the reason you put it on your to-do list in the order on your to-do list that you did. Remember, I'm going to come back to the same example just because I think it makes more sense in this case specifically. The example that I gave at the beginning of choosing not to go out with your friends because you have work in the morning. Remembering your why in that case is like, you know, you also miss your friends. You want to go and have a drink and go to the club or hang out. But the reason why you need to go to bed on time or early is because you have work in the morning. So you have to remember, I have work in the morning. I can't be late. I need to get this amount of rest in order for me to wake up. And I know that if I go to bed past this time, I'm going to wake up late. That's the why in that case. But how I wrote it here is, remember your goals. When making decisions, try to imagine your future. In this case, it would have been the short-term future of tomorrow morning, realizing that, or imagining that your boss is going to sit you down, possibly fire you, possibly give you some type of infraction or whatever it is. But that would be the imagining the short-term future. If it's one of your long-term goals, like the cleaning and reorganizing your room by the end of the week, think about how your cousin's coming in town. And if you don't finish this, you know, imagine your cousin coming in town to stay in your house or your room or whatever, and it's just a complete pigsty, and you're either rushing to clean it or you just have to tell them this is what it is. I'm sorry that you have to see this, whatever the case may be. Remember your why. It's that simple. Just remember why you're doing what you're doing, why you made the decision you made in the first place, and go from there. Last but not least, we have number 5. It is lose your expectations. This is something that I think people should just do in general when it comes to a job, when it comes to relationships, and now when it comes to putting yourself first, goals, and everything. Lose your expectations, okay? Because if you're going to consistently put yourself first, don't expect anyone else to put you first as well. The best way to explain that really is, if you're putting yourself first, think that every other person around you is doing the same thing. That means that in certain situations, that person isn't going to be putting you first. They're going to be putting themselves first, and so they might not be able to help you, or they might not be able to go out with you when you want them to. It does not mean that they don't like you anymore, or that they are mad at you or upset with you or something. It's just them putting themselves first, and it's not selfish at all. It's important. It's extremely important. And the best way to remind yourself that you should be putting yourself first, other than, you know, trying to practice these things daily or in implementing them one by one into your life, tell yourself, I prefer to stand in the mirror and do this. That way I have eye contact, eye gazing into my own eyes. If you have to record a video of yourself and play it back sometimes, or if you just lay in bed and say it to yourself, or even write it down, whatever you have to do, tell yourself, I am important. Period. No questions asked, nothing else. I am important. That's it. Okay? Because you are. And you have to remember that in all situations. It's not selfish. It's responsible. Okay. So now that we've gone through the benefits of putting yourself first, and we've covered some simple ways that you can practice putting yourself first, I now want to get to the situations where putting yourself first is a must. Like, it's no questions asked. It has to be done. So the first one on the list is when your physical health is at stake. I don't think I have to explain this. This video is honestly going to be so short because when it comes to putting yourself first, it doesn't need to be explained. I don't have to give you a reason. I said what I said, and I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. Number two is when your mental health is at stake. And I feel like this is the one that we struggle with the most nowadays anyway. Or maybe it's just my generation or the younger generations. But we will go out with our friends on the weekend because we don't have work in the morning and our friends really want us to go. And they've been talking about it all day. And I already told them yes. But I don't feel like going because I don't feel like I want to be anywhere. I feel like I want to be at home and alone. And going out is going to take a toll on my mental health and my mental. I think they'll understand if you tell them I'm not going out tonight or I don't really feel up to going out tonight, because even if you don't tell them why, just I don't feel up to it. Like, I know I said yes earlier, but I'm just not feeling it. Any friend that argues with you about that doesn't truly care about you, or they're expecting you to put them first in that situation. And like I said before, don't expect others to put you first just because you have been putting yourself first, because they're going to put themselves first. Right? See how everything ties back? Number three is when the person in question is not thinking about you. Once again, that same situation. See how this example has gone on for the entire video? They're begging you to come out even though you told them you're not up to it and you changed your mind. And now this person isn't thinking about you, they're thinking about themselves and their own happiness. When in your situation, you're putting yourself first, thinking about yourself and your own happiness. In that case, you have to continue and just put yourself first. You have to, if it's an argument and you gotta fight for yourself, fight for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're all you've got. I'm gonna bring it back to that same quote, choose yourself or lose yourself. Right? Number four is when you can't help anyone. So when you are feeling down, you don't feel like yourself, you're struggling just to get up and get things done. You made the to-do list, but the only thing you could actually do was eat breakfast, which is an accomplishment, to say the least. Trust me, it is. But if that's all you could do and your to-do list is 10 miles long and someone comes to you and asks you for help, that is a situation where you can't help anyone, because you are, I'm not going to say you're struggling to put yourself first and to do things for yourself, because it's not always a struggle, but it's just right now is me time and I'm working on me. And in order to help you, I have to get what I have to do done and over with, right? And last but not least on this list here, we have when others don't need your help. I see this one in a couple different ways. So it could be either you see that that person is struggling. They didn't ask you for your help, right? They're struggling, but they're going to figure it out. They're going to do it themselves. They have the plan to do it and everything is set in motion to get it done. But you feel the need to help them anyway. They don't need your help. Okay? If they needed your help, they would ask. So there's also the I just ate breakfast even though I have 10 more things on my to-do list, I'm gonna come help you. Once again, they didn't ask for your help. They don't need your help. And you need to help yourself first. Period. I'm gonna say period a lot in this one because period is what it is. That's it. You need to put yourself first. Your mental health, your physical health, your comfort, your happiness, your peace, all of that needs to come first. All of it. In all situations. Oh, I remember. I wanted to close today's video out with a little quote that I found that I thought applied very well. It says, "Putting yourself first doesn't mean you don't care about others. It means you're smart enough to know you can't help others if you don't help yourself first." That was such a beautiful way to put it to me, because putting yourself first doesn't mean you don't care about others. It doesn't mean you're being selfish. It literally just means you know that if I don't help me, I cannot help anybody else. I will be incapable of it completely. It takes small steps to be able to do it in every situation without even thinking about it. So I hope you guys will, if you're not already practicing putting yourself first, I hope you guys will take something away from this video, get that little how-to list, write it down in your journal or tape it to your wall so you can remember exactly how you should start. Because if you're not already doing it, please, I'm begging you, start. That is all for today, guys. That's going to close out our second video of our self-series. This was Putting Yourself First. Part 3 is coming very soon, and it's actually going to be on the topic of self-love and self-care. See what I did there? Self-series. I know you'll like that. Alright, guys. Like I said before, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications if you'd like to know when my next videos are coming. Go ahead, follow me on social media. I have Instagram and Twitter. They are going to be in the description below. Comment down below if you struggle with putting yourself first in any way. Let me know where you struggle and we can talk about it. Or if you have advice for other people, I want you to put that in the comments below, because I want them to be able to see what they need to know, you know? We can all help each other here. That's the point, right? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.